This is Edison Menlo Park Laboratory, and this is actually the laboratory. They moved it here. Henry Ford moved it here, and come to check out the lab after reading a book on the power makers and how the station was electrified. So we'll take a look at some of the devices inside, see if anything's recognizable. This is incredible. So this is the laboratory, moved here board by board.
We're looking at the lab. This is Henry Ford wanted to look like a picture that he found from 1880. This is what it looked like in 1880.
Wow.
Except there's a few artifacts in here.
This is unbelievable. And so those pumps in the back, those were the high vacuum mercury pumps?
Those were these right here. They're called mercury vacuum pumps.
Oh man.
And that's how he made the light bulbs.
He had to make the hard vacuum.
Yep, trying to get the air. Yep.
It was that, let's see, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was this innovation coupled with the right filament material which made
Correct.
this.
That's what it was. He was trying to find a way to get a complete vacuum, and this is what they came
Yeah.
up with. And here's the bulb itself right here.
Yes.
And so what he did, he had a glass floor, make the bulb, and put the filament in, and then went through a process of taking the air off, 8 hours.
Yeah.
To make the first light bulb, and then lit it up.
Oh, with those batteries back there, I see.
Yep. And what was fascinating after they'd experimented so many times, I mean thousands of times in the last few years, this one
we got it on right.
This one went for this lasted for 14 and a half hours. So that's when he knew that they hadn't figured out the problem.
14 and a half hours. I mean, how long are you up in the evening? I mean, that's how long the light bulb's going to last months of that.
That was just, and the filament that was actually in that light bulb was just a thin piece of cotton thread with carbon baked on it, and that's the one that after all the different materials he went through, it was just a thin piece of cotton with carbon baked on it that worked for him.
Did you just use those batteries to power it?
No, that's just a little.
Okay, I see. I was going to say, my God.
Yeah, we have a little.
I love this.
Yeah.
This voting machine. It electromechanically accumulates votes. And the neat thing is in the back there are all these electrical terminals, and then there are some sort of contact to this rotating drum, and it tallies the votes. This is a thing that he created when he was 21 years old. On the top there's a yay, nay counter. It's kind of interesting that you have the rotating drum with the commutator, or whatever you want to call it, making contact to the rotating drum. There are the connections in the back. DC generator, motor on the left, and then generator on the right here. Similar configuration to the other ones. This is actually in the first floor of the Menlo Park lab. That's interesting. The two coils. There are the brushes that actually look like paint brushes. Fascinating. There's a close-up view of a DC generator. At the top here we have these two what appear to be electromagnets. And down there you have two brushes that look like a brush. There's these two outer terminals appear to go to the electromagnets, and the inner ones go to the two brushes. There's 4 terminals. That's very interesting. These are the generators that are reportedly about 80% efficient DC generators. A remake of an Edison DC power station. This is a DC generator here. These 2 copper pipes are the feed. And they go out and about. There are 2 of them connected to one steam engine back in the corner. The 1914 job shop, or rather machine shop. As you can see, all the tooling is run by Pulley. This is at the Henry Ford Greenfield Village in Dearborn, Michigan. The coolest thing about this is that that this whole thing is actually functioning. So this is a little drill press here, and if you pop the clutch, you can engage right down there. You can engage it, actually drill things out. Over here you have other devices. I wish I could recognize some of them. And we're going to make a candlestick with this lathe here. Alright, cool. Lathe on. See.
You see there's two clamps
Yes.
on the left side of that wheel.
I see there's a clutch up there.
You watch the clamp spread.
That is so cool.
Spinning brass rod.
There she is.
Peter's going to give me about 2 inches of rod.
Automatically then.
Yeah.
So is this a production machine?
They really, well, this place wasn't set up for production.
Yeah.
But they did use earlier versions of this to make parts for firing caps for Civil War rifles. I mean, the lathe goes back to the 60s.
Oh my God.
It's nothing new. So, 2 hands on the wheel.
Okay. All right. The candlestick holder is good. This is so cool.
All right. So that's for you.
Thank you, sir. It'll show everyone. Beautiful. Thank you. Roundhouse is basically a garage where you service locomotives, and inside we'll take a look at one specifically. All of these locomotives, except for one of them, are currently running on the track here. And then here's this device used to rotate them, or move them to the different garages, and they actually have people, you can volunteer to help move it later on at about 4 o'clock. Here's something you don't see every day. This is an old Schenectady steam engine. But the neat thing is you can go right underneath it. And this is the view of a steam engine, an old steam engine that you never get to see. We'll start from the back. We're right underneath the firebox. And there's the boiler, hard to see. There are these connecting rods, not sure how these things work specifically, but very, very cool.
Saved so we can talk about it, because otherwise it's all been lost in history.
That's right.
The other 5 that ran on the Detroit Central were all scrapped, but this one was
Kidding.
There were about 1,900 in total that were all built for many different locations. But this one ran between Detroit and Chicago, right over the fence here, where Amtrak runs every day.
Wow.